Hello and welcome to the NHL Best Bets. Yesterday there were a lot of games, even Washington, no, Vegas and St. Louis game was postponed, but still 13 games. And Our picks were splitted again. We had Toronto visiting Edmonton. There was Edmonton our pick, and the result was 4-3 for Toronto. They scored the game winner in last period. At Again, tight game, could go either way. Edmonton couldn't score in many chances what they had during the final minutes. So sometimes puck is bouncing wrong way. Then Anaheim visited Arizona. We had Arizona there, and they won 3-2. They snapped their 7-period goalless streak and scored few goals behind Jonathan Gibson, who has played extremely well in Anaheim's goal. Tommy, any comments for these two games?
Yeah, of course. Always a comment on the Edmonton again. They managed to score in the end of the game, but not in the beginning. So they have a problem in starting the games well. They are trying to overplay the opponent, but they allow a lot of goals in the first period and early on. Like tonight, last night actually, they allowed 2 goals in the first period, and it's always a problem and always difficult to climb back into the game after getting down for 2 goals, especially against a team like Toronto. Of course, now good power play helped them a little bit. Both teams scored 2 power play goals, so quite a lot of offense there and good scoring chances for both teams. This time didn't really go our way, but still, I think Edmonton was a good bet there. A little bit more luck in the scoring chances, and they could have taken the W there. On the other one, of course, Arizona then finally got their goal scoring going. 3 goals against John Gibson. Finally, let's say this because it's been a really tough stretch for them offensively, and finally they managed to do it. So a very good win and a nice bet pick from us this time around.
How about other games? We had some values here and there. We managed to get those correct.
Yeah, it was a good night for the system again, unlike us so much, but that's the most important thing, that the computer is doing his job and we are not that much. But yeah, for example, the games like we spoke last night, there was New York Rangers finally grabbing their win after the overtime 2-3 with Alexis Lafreniere with his first goal of the season. Really a good thing for the young guy. So they had a good value as an underdog at Buffalo. So this was a good pick from us. Then what we were speaking about was New Jersey against Philadelphia. Still, New Jersey is struggling with goaltenders. They do have Scott Wedgwood as their number one because Mackenzie Blackwood is out. So this turned the tables for Philadelphia quite clearly in our final simulations as well. Philadelphia was a favorite, but we still had them pretty much bigger one than the odds. Same goes at Washington. Even with their absent players, we had Washington winning this game with 47% when the odds were 43. So again, home underdog, good value, and Washington managed to win 6-3, which is a good result with this very depleted lineup that they're playing. So a lot of really good picks. We made a good profit. Interesting games, of course. Let's take another one, just one more. Carolina, Tampa Bay, because it was an excellent game. Two really talented teams. 1-0 a game for Carolina. We had Tampa Bay winning that, but we don't have a lot of data for Carolina yet because they haven't played a lot. So this was a good sort of a benchmark for us to see how Carolina will do. A very, very important win for that team to get back on track. And of course, Tampa Bay can afford to lose once this season as well.
Yeah, that was 0-0 after regulation, so only overtime 3-3 was the game breaker there. And I think then some of these big favorites like Colorado, Minnesota, they did what was expected and won quite easily in both cases their matches.
Yeah, those were pretty clear games. Minnesota, Vancouver again beat Ottawa comfortably. Same goes with Colorado against San Jose, 3-0 there. Should shut out for Colorado, which is a good thing. They have been scoring goals but allowing quite a lot. So now the defense did their part as well. A good win there. And the final one, Detroit lost heavily to Dallas. Dallas a little bit slow to start the game, but then finished off strong, and 7-3 was the final result. So there was small value there for us, but still a win is a win, even with lousy odds, as long as there is value. So it was a good games for us as well.
How about our overall record during this season? What kind of numbers the machine has produced?
The machine has been, like I said, a lot better than we have. Currently, we are in the positive in all three categories. So the side value that we hold dear, always the most important, we are currently plus 205. So not a massive profit, but still in the positive. Money line, which is the games that we are predicting the teams to win straight up. So this is plus 566, which is a bit surprising actually, but all the better for us. And the over-under as well, good way positive, plus 440 at the moment. So all over the board, pretty good results, and still there is some improvement, of course, in the side value bets to make, but I think this will improve as well when we get more data of especially those teams that haven't played so many games.
Yeah, that sounds very good. And I think those money line bets, there has been maybe those kind of 50-50 games that we have then predicted correctly, and odds have indicated narrowly other way, but that's how it is.
Yeah, that's why we look for the plus odds all the time.
The schedule makers have put their best effort, and there's only one game tonight, and hopefully next week there's a bit more balanced schedule with more games in every evening. But like I said, only one game tonight. But regardless, we are picking two picks for the single game. Columbus visits Chicago. Columbus played last night at home against Florida. They won after shootout, and now traveled to Chicago. Not any kind of coast-to-coast travel, but still traveling and going to the bubble and playing tonight again. So we have a good value for Chicago to win. Home team underdog plus 118. And then also, based on current knowledge, two good form Finnish goaltenders, Joonas Korpisalo and Kevin Lankinen. So expectation is under 5.5. Also there, plus odds available. How do you see this single game tonight?
Yeah, it should be a low-scoring affair. Of course, Chicago now a home team against Columbus, who are now, like you said, traveling and played last night. They played half of their games, have gone to overtime, so 4 out of 8 games. So they have the tendency of going all the way, and it might be a very, very tight game, which we are expecting But Chicago, even with missing Alex DeBrincat, Jonathan Daves, a couple of other players as well, they've shown that they're a feisty team and they can keep the net front clear for Kevin Lankinen to work his magic. And same goes with Columbus and Joonas Korpisalo, already shown that they are able to be very good defensively. And of course, everyone knows John Tortorella's style of hockey that they play. So not a lot of goals expected. Patrick Laine is still waiting for his visa in Ottawa, apparently. So not with the team, probably playing on Tuesday against Dallas is the latest reports. So still not a lot of star players for Columbus. Chicago also in the offense quite light at the moment. So both teams playing through the defense, excellent goaltenders. Chicago a little bit of a home advantage, and they've rested one more day against Columbus. So it indicates that it will be a very tight game, that Chicago is gonna win, maybe 2-1, 3-2, or something like this.
Yeah, Chicago has faced Columbus 6 times in the last 3 seasons. They won 4 out of those games, and like you said, Columbus played home last 4 games, but before that they played on the road first 4 games of the season, won only 1 against 1 game at Detroit. Then when we think about Columbus or Chicago, they have been maybe in a little bit better form recently, even though they have been losing the games against Nashville. First one overtime, second one in shootout, but very tight games there. And at home they played only against Detroit 2 games, won both of those, but like we know, Detroit is not the same level as Columbus, so I think it would be a tight game here, but hopefully now puck is bouncing to our direction and not other way like it happened when we pick Chicago to win.
Yeah, in the simulation, Chicago is winning 55% of the games, so there is a huge value compared to the odds, which are around 46%. So almost 10% edge against the odds in our simulation. So there is a lot of value, and let's hope that Chicago can deliver.
Will do, and we check the game. Tomorrow is a new day with more games, but there is good 2 bets to do also tonight.
Yeah, let's make some profit.